Hello, basketball fans. My name is Earl Austin Jr., and I'm the sports editor of the St. Louis American newspaper. And I'd like to welcome you to our special DVD presentation of the PHL in the STL, the Public High League, a St. Louis basketball legacy. I'm standing here in the gymnasium at Gateway Tech High School, which was at one time the old O'Fallon Tech High School, the site of some of the most memorable and unforgettable high school basketball ever played in the St. Louis metropolitan area. It's also a fitting place to begin our special tribute to the coaches and players who participated in the Public High League, thus making it one of the top high school basketball conferences in the nation, as well as the state of Missouri. As many of you know, I wrote a book on the history of the Public High League last year, and I'd like to thank all of you who have supported this special project. And for those of you who did, this DVD is a special treat for you because we've been able to gather rare footage of Public High League greats from as far back as the 1940s and 50s until today. In this special project, we've been able to talk about the greatness of the Beaumont dynasty as well as Cleveland High School in the 1940s. We'll take you through the mid-1950s where integration came into play, thus bringing Sumner and Vashon into the PHL mix. We'll take you through a glorious era of the 1960s, 70s, and 80s where the PHL produced one great player after another, moving on to the collegiate and professional ranks. The names roll off the tongue from JoJo White, Joe Sills, Percy Wells, Harry Rogers, David Brent, Herkel Ivey, Jimmy Clark, Anthony Bonner, Daryl Pee Wee Leonard, Sean Tunstall, and so many more, and rolling on into the 1990s and 2000s, where the young PHL players of today continue to carry on the legacy laid down by their predecessors. So join us in this special walk down memory lane with the PHL. It's one you don't want to miss and one you won't soon forget. It's the PHL in the STL. This is just a small sample of what you're going to see in this special DVD presentation of the PHL and the STL. You must make it a part of your DVD collection. Still not convinced? Well, here's some more rare footage of the great PHL players of the past.
Fred Kovar was the driving force behind Beaumont High School's dynasty in the late 1940s, leading the Blue Jackets to state championships in 1947 and 48. Legendary Beaumont coach Tom Stanton called Kovar one of the most talented players he's ever coached. He was a 3-year starter and a 3-time All-PHL performer. He went on to St. Louis University where he was a 3-year starter and an All-Missouri Valley Conference selection in 1952. Perhaps the first true dominant big man in PHL history, the 6'9" Ferrier averaged 32 points a game as a senior in Cleveland in 1955. He went on to St. Louis University, where he became a collegiate All-American in 1959, averaging 21 points a game. Ferrier enjoyed a 10-year career in the National Basketball Association with the Baltimore Bullets and Detroit Pistons. The 1956 Sumner Bulldogs made history by becoming the first all-black team to win the Public High League championship. Led by Jim Price, the Bulldogs also won the inaugural PHL Christmas tournament. Sumner was led by the dynamic duo of guard Tommy Bird Weathersby and powerful inside player Al Abram. Rounding out the starting five were James Clark, Claude Blackmore, and Joe Rycraw. The Bulldogs finished with a 20-3 record. Jimmy Bowhead Irving was one of the top guards in the PHL during the 1960s during his career at Beaumont High School. A lightning-quick 6'1" guard, Bowhead led Beaumont to the third-place finish in the Class L state tournament in 1967. He averaged 22 points a game and earned all PHL, all-state, and all-metro honors. Bowhead went on to play at St. Louis University, where he was one of the top guards in the history of the Billikens program. He scored 1,269 points and in 1971 earned all Missouri Valley Conference honors. Many people consider the 1969 Sumner Bulldogs to be the best team ever assembled in the Public High League, and the state of Missouri for that matter. The Bulldogs had a rare combination of great size, talent, strength, and great coaching. The leader of this great collection of talent was 6'7" forward Harry Rogers, one of the smoothest and most fundamentally sound players ever to play in the Public High League. A three-time All-Public High League performer, Rogers averaged 22 points a game during that championship season. He went on to have a great career at St. Louis University, where he's still among the school's all-time leading scorers. 7-foot center David Brent was one of the most talented and graceful big men ever to step on the court in the Public High League. In the 1969 state tournament, Brent was the dominant force in Sumner's championship run. He had 35 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 block shots in the semifinals against Columbia Hickman, and 33 points in the state championship victory over Webster Groves. Brent went on to become a great player at Jacksonville University. Marshall Rogers, a powerfully built 6-foot shooting guard, brought instant offense off the bench for the 69 Bulldogs. In 1970 and 71, he emerged as a star in his own right, leading the Public High League in scoring. In 1975, Rogers led the NCAA colleges in scoring at 36 points a game for Pan American University and becoming a first-round NBA draft choice. William Westfall, a 6'8" forward, brought strength and rebounding to the Sumner Bulldogs championship team. He went on to become a junior college All-American at Trinidad Junior College in Colorado, and he went on to Memphis State University, where he was a starting forward on the Tigers' 1973 national runner-up team, which played the Bill Walton-led UCLA team right here in St. Louis. Rounding out this great collection of talent was Travis Brown, a 6-foot guard who went on to become one of the great players in Missouri Baptist College history. Lawrence Lil Bit Weathers was a 5'7" point guard who ran the show. Clarence Bullwinkle Weaver was a 6'8" forward who went on to play at Illinois State University, while James Brown, a hard-working 6'4" forward, went on to play at St. Louis University. Bringing it all together was head coach John Alge, who took this supremely talented group of individuals and molded them into a championship unit with his combination of fundamentals, discipline, and team play. It all came together for the Bulldogs when they defeated Webster Groves 71-57 in St. Louis to win the state championship, culminating a 30-2 season. Lewis McKinney was one of the PHL's top all-around performers during his career at Central High School in the early 1970s. Playing alongside shooting star Percy Wells, McKinney averaged 21 points and 12 rebounds a game as a senior in 1972. He blossomed as a college player at St. Louis University, averaging 21 points a game as a junior and 19 points a game as a senior in 1975. He was also a fifth-round draft choice of the Boston Celtics. An excellent floor leader, Johnny Furr emerged as a starting point guard for the Sumner Bulldogs on their surprise run to the Final Four of the Class L state tournament in 1972. He earned all district and all St. Louis American Dream Team honors as a senior in 1973 before heading off to St. Louis University. Bye.